How's it going, everyone? Sethphir here, and welcome back to another Blue Protocol video. I just got done watching the developer livestream, and oh man, did they do us dirty. I am so sad right now. They gave us some very bad news, but don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom because there is some really good news as well, including the JP release date announcement, a massive roadmap with tons of features, and a lot of huge improvements to the game. So let's just go ahead and dive into it and rip the band-aid off right now. We're going to talk about that bad news first. It is with a heavy heart that I am sad to announce that the Blue Protocol global release date will be delayed from 2023 to 2024. The caveat to this is I guess we're getting a closed beta test in 2023 sometime. Amazon's going to announce it, but we don't know when it's going to be. But this is definitely not what Western players wanted to hear at all. So I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. We have a bit of a delay, a bit of a pushback from what we were expecting, but I think it's not too bad all in all. So that being said, I just wanted to say that I am still super excited and hyped for the game. And regardless of this, I am very much looking forward to playing this game. I think it is going to be truly amazing. I am also going to be doing full coverage of Blue Protocol, so if you want the latest guides, tips, tricks, secrets, and news updates, make sure to subscribe to the channel because we have a ton of future content planned for this game. With the bad news out of the way, it's all uphill from here. We do have an official launch date for the JP version of Blue Protocol, which will be June 14th. So this is really good. I was not expecting this to happen so fast, actually. I predicted somewhere around July, but I am glad that we are getting it sooner rather than later. I expect a lot of people to be diving in this, especially global players, because, well, we have to wait quite a bit longer for that. But it is a very welcome set of information. In addition to the release date announcement, you will be able to also pre-download the game 7 days before the launch, and on top of that, you can even pre-register right now. There is a pre-registration campaign that includes bonus rewards like in-game items and even gift giveaways through their official Twitter channels. So as you can see here on the screen, there's a bit of a dye pack. You're going to be able to select something to color your character's outfits if you do pre-register. And I'm going to put the link in the description down below so that you guys can go ahead and do that and get your JP accounts up and running. In addition to the dye packs, we will also get a special Imagine summon of Feste, which is going to be included once they reach a certain amount of retweets on the Twitter. So this is going to be a summonable in-game attack that will cause a stun and a bit of damage on monsters, so that can be a very nice utility item to have. We can see here that it is a level 10 Imagine with some decent stats, and does have a 90-second cooldown. It does have a pretty cool animation that you can toggle on and off within the game, and we are expected to see more of these NPC type Imagine characters in the future. And here is an in-game example of this Imagine being used. It has a cool little like anime style like flash scene on the left that you could disable if you want, so it doesn't blind you in your screen. But as you can see, we had that stun symbol indicated around the target dummy, which means that it will be locked down. So you can use this to interrupt skills, and it will likely be a valuable tool in speed runs. And as mentioned before, there's also a PC and web money giveaway, as well as some Amazon gift cards. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check out the JP Twitter for that. With that out of the way, let's talk about what's going to be available when the game launches. You're going to have access to level 50, which is going to be the maximum cap for the game. There's going to be 30 story chapters. You're going to have raids as well as leaderboards and a ton of really interesting in-game content. So I'm super excited about that. In addition to that, there will be 5 classes on release, with more classes being planned for future Battle Pass and roadmap endeavors. And finally, we have some major changes to the game. A lot of players were complaining that it was hard to deal with the environment in terms of healing. If you didn't have a healer with you, it was going to be a bit difficult. So now you can just simply sit down and regenerate HP as long as you are outside of combat in the open field. So this should make questing a lot easier. You're not going to have to worry about managing that too much. And in addition to that, there is a even faster way to regenerate HP. You can actually trigger a campfire in some resting areas, as you can see here. And if you set near that campfire, you will regenerate HP super quickly. So this will be a nice way to continue questing and adventuring and not have to stop with as much downtime. There are also some major changes to the way that adventure boards are functioning within the game. Instead of having to go through the side nodes and side paths, you can skip directly to the big reward and the challenge at the end of the adventure board, and you can do the other ones as optional bonuses that have additional benefits like materials and XP. So if you want to complete the entire board, you can, but if you just want to skip to the end, complete the board and progress the story, progress your character, that is now an option for you. So they really took a look at that feedback during the network test and adjusted these boards to be a bit easier to deal with instead of being a giant scavenger hunt that was a very massive endeavor to complete. There is also a massive change that everybody is going to love. They are lowering the cooldown of all skills for all characters. So before, there was a pretty big difference in time between certain skills. Some of them had like a 20-second cooldown. Some of them had like a 30-second cooldown, but now it is much, much, much lower, especially for a lot of action skills. So as you can see on the screen here, we just used a skill. The cooldown was roughly 5 seconds. So I think they're ranging in that 5 to 8 second range. So you're going to be doing a lot more damage, and all characters across the board are actually going to be doing more DPS. So that scaling is going to be a little bit better. Gameplay is going to feel quicker. The combat's going to feel more engaging. You're going to have a ton more buttons to press constantly. So rotations are going to mean quite a lot because you're going to be able to have more active icons that you can use within the battle. They also received a lot of feedback on the Spellcaster class, as it was having very severe mana problems. And as you can see on the screen now, there are some skills that have a long channel duration, but these are no longer requiring energy. Energy is going to be much easier to get with certain buffs. As long as you're playing and maintaining the class correctly, you shall have no problem using all of your skills and your cooldowns and your big moves while maintaining a decent mana count. So you're not going to have to be as paranoid about that as before. And to be honest, this looks kind of broken, so I think spellcasters might... I mean, they were already at the top, but like this is really going to seal the deal for them. They're going to be incredibly powerful with that mana limitation being eased up, especially with the use of certain buffs. They're going to be doing a ridiculous amount of damage. And lastly, we have even better news, which is going to include the roadmap. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff on the screen, but what it essentially breaks down to is every single month we will be getting a roadmap and a new update. These updates are going to include various things like new classes, a new story mode, new raids, new score attack and time attack challenges, as well as leaderboard updates. So that's going to be something really interesting for the end game of Blue Protocol. You're going to be able to compete with people against your same class for time and clearing of a dungeon or a raid, and also for the score points or how well you can accomplish those things. So there's going to be a ton of competitive aspects that will be implemented in this PvE game if you choose to engage in them, and I think it's going to provide for a lot of valuable in-game content to enjoy. A lot of games come out, they have nothing to offer in the end game, but it is a very promising thing that these developers are looking at it month by month and already planning for all of this. So this is very, very good news for me. In addition to that, there will be new seasons every 2 months, so you're going to get a battle pass and a sort of special season character or theme or something like that. So this is going to be like major content updates. So we're going to see something pretty much constantly, so the game will always feel fresh and new. and that's going to be really nice. They also have dungeon variations and plans for the future, and sort of a different way to play the game and different like rule sets that they kind of elaborated on a little bit. We don't know what those are exactly, but it's basically just going to allow you to shift the way you play the game and enjoy different avenues. I'm expecting tons of events, just like they mentioned, and even other really good updates in the future. So I am super excited about this. There is a ton of good news here, even though there is some bad news in the sad part of global being pushed back a bit, but hopefully it's for the best. We have time to polish and get everything in line so that we can see the best version of the game possible, and I think that this game will be highly successful upon its release. I am very much looking forward to playing this game. So let me know your guys' thoughts. Go ahead and comment below. What do you guys think of all this information? Are you super excited for Blue Protocol? Will you be playing on the JP servers? Go ahead and let me know. I'm definitely looking for people to play with over there, as we will be getting a lot of time to go ahead and sort of figure things out on those servers before the global comes out. So this should be a very, very fun adventure, and I cannot wait to start it. Make sure to subscribe, like, and hit the bell if you enjoyed this content. And as always, thanks again for watching, and we will see you in the next video.